Lagos State Governor pledges support to reconnect black descendants to African roots. Edo State Governor assigned portfolios to 6 newly sworn-in commissioners on the, for instance, scores of people die in Turkish ski hotel fire. In sport, Super Eagles 23 other contenders to know preliminary group opponent on January 27. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has pledged his administration's support for the black descendants in reconnecting with their African roots. Governor Sanwo-Olu stated this when the chairman and chief executive officer, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, Abike Dabiri Erewa, led the African Ancestry delegation to pay him a courtesy visit at the Lagos House Ikeja. The governor said government would encourage individuals of African descent to discover their origins, promote cultural exchange programs, and understanding that would not only foster a sense of belonging among Africans in the diaspora, but also develop the economy.
All you need to do is to now take it forward. You know, what are the things? How do I want to connect and reconnect with what I believe in? And I want to say that, indeed, looking at all of you, we're all like brothers and sisters, right? And there is no better connection than knowing fully well that you've got a path somewhere and you just want to connect with that path. And it probably just makes life a lot more complete for you. I want to assure you that we will work with you.
Earlier, the chairman and chief executive officer, Nigerians in Diaspora Commission, who commended the state government for a successful 30 December event, which attracted fund seekers across the world, noted that the descendants are interested in tracing their genetics back to Africa, invest and return home to their motherland. Abike Erewa announced that the permanent door of return will soon be inaugurated in Badagry.
And this delegation that our brother called descendants, they've traced where they come from. They have descendants, particularly from Nigeria. And they don't want to just bam. They want to start seeing what home is like. And they want to start coming back home. They want to invest back home. They want to return to their motherland, to live here.
In her remarks, President and founder of GinaAncestry.com, Gina Page, said over 1 million descendants have traced their ancestral roots back to Nigeria, reaffirming their commitment to transforming Nigeria, changing negative narratives, and dispelling conspiracy theories hindering progress.
We are representatives of over 1 million black people who have chosen to trace their DNA to find out where they came from. As African Americans, Afro-Caribbeans, Afro-Brazilians, all of us in the diaspora, we're the original victims of identity theft. During the slave trade, we lost our names. We lost our languages. We lost the freedom to honor our ancestors. And our families were continually sold apart. If you don't know your name, can't speak your language, don't know your family, then how can you know who you are? And we want to remember who we are.
Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has described the role of the Nigerian Navy as critical and complementary to all the intervention on security, especially on the waterways and maritime sector. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who said this when he received the new flag officer commanding Western Naval Command, Rear Admiral Mike Oman, at the Lagos House Ikeja, noted that Lagos remains safe because of the collaborations existing among all security agencies in the state. The governor reassured the military of the state government's commitment to supporting their operations and encouraged Oman to ensure that all critical flashpoints are not taken for granted.
I want to wish you very, very fruitful, professional time in Lagos. We know that the need of you and your men is critical now because of other parts of the country where we see a lot of, riverine and water-related challenge on the economic, front. So it's really for all of us to continue to work together, collaboratively, for all of us to continue to share information.
Earlier, the flag officer commanding Western Naval Command, Rear Admiral Mike Omen, described Lagos as the center in terms of security and coordination in its effort at putting structures in place to safeguard the lives and property of residents.
I'm here for three major reasons. First and foremost is military tradition. Secondly, I'm here on behalf of the Western Naval Command to thank you most sincerely for the support Lagos State has given the Nigerian Navy over the years.
Omen reiterated the commitment of the Western Naval Command to secure the state waterways and tackle the issues of pipeline vandalism. The Lagos State Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board has held its screening exercise for the second batch of pilgrims. The event, which included both administrative and medical evaluations, was aimed at ensuring that all participants are fully prepared for the pilgrimage. Special Advisor to the Governor on Religious Matters, Bukola Adeleke, while speaking at the exercise, emphasized the importance of the spiritual journey. Adeleke advised the pilgrims to be exemplary ambassadors of Nigeria and Lagos State during the pilgrimage.
We are also here to educate our intending pilgrims. We are here to let them know that the exercise is not just an ordinary one. It's a spiritual exercise, that they are going to the Holy Land of Jordan and Israel. They are going there to pray for themselves. They are going there to pray for Nigeria. And most importantly, they are going there to pray for Lagos State. In particular, our governor, Mr. Babajide Olusola Sanwo-Olu.
Secretary of the Pilgrims Board, Yetunde Gbafe, revealed that 150 beneficiaries were undergoing the screening for the second batch. Gbafe announced that the airlifting of pilgrims is scheduled to begin on February 7. Prayers were offered for Nigeria, Lagos State, and the pilgrims themselves. And now to the rest of the stories. Edo State Governor Monday Okpabulu has assigned portfolios to 6 newly sworn-in commissioners, urging them to immediately resume their duties to accelerate development in the state. This was contained in a statement issued by the Secretary to the state government, Musa Ehilo, which detailed the appointment and emphasized the importance of their swift assumption of office. The newly sworn-in commissioners and their portfolios are Paul Ohabamo, Minister of Information and Communication; Dr. Washington Osifo, Minister of Water Resources and Energy; Emmanuel Pade Yamo, Minister of Education; Lucky Esegbe, Minister of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs; Andrew Ijegbai, Minister of Mining; Mari Olabisi Idami, Minister of Women Affairs and Social Development. Okpabulu charged the new executives to work diligently to deliver development across the state. In foreign news, a fire outbreak has killed 66 people and injured at least 51 others in a hotel in the Turkish Sky Resort of Balu. The fire broke out at the 12-story Grand Katal Hotel during a busy holiday period when 234 people were staying there. Footage circulating in Turkey shows linen hanging from windows, which was used by those trying to escape the burning building. Balu Governor Abdulaziz Aydin said initial reports suggested the fire had broken out in the restaurant section of the hotel's 4th floor and spread to the floors above. The hotel was investigating whether guests had been trapped in their rooms as the fire spread. In sport now, the Super Eagles alongside with 23 other contenders will know the identities of their preliminary group opponents on January 27 as the final draw of the Africa Cup of Nations Morocco 2025 will be held in Rabat. According to the Confederation of African Football (CAF), the draw would be attended by the 24 nations that have qualified for the AFCON 2025. CAF noted that the draw provides the national teams with the opportunity to assess the excellent match venues, training facilities, and hotel infrastructure in Morocco. Morocco will be hosting the finals for the first time since 1988, and the North African nation are also co-host of the 2030 FIFA World Cup along with Spain and Portugal. And that's it on the news at 4, but just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us and like all the various social media platforms: X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration compensated 263 residents affected by Red Line rail projects right of way? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has pledged his administration's support for the black descendants in reconnecting with their African roots. Edo State Governor Monday Okpebholo has signed portfolios to 6 newly sworn-in commissioners, urging them to immediately resume their duties to accelerate development in the state. We also told you that a fire outbreak has killed 66 people and injured at least 51 others in a hotel in the Turkish Sky Resort of Bolu. In sport, the Super Eagles, along with 23 other contenders, will know the identities of their preliminary group opponents on January 27 as the final draw of the Africa Cup of Nations Morocco 2025 will be held in Rabat. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Aderaye Dowolaya. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.